Hello
Good
guys, good
evening,
evening all
sir.
of you.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Okay, so tomorrow I will conduct a CET paper, chemical bonding and molecular structure. Tomorrow no school, no?
The
Hello?
timings,
Timings 2 to 2:30 to 3:30.
okay, sir.
Sir, JE.
No, CET paper.
Okay,
45
sir.
questions, 1 hour.
Chemical bonding, sir.
Yes, chemical bonding and molecular structure.
So when,
Tomorrow.
sir, do you
Tomorrow
class time?
afternoon 2:30 to 3:30
Okay,
afternoon.
sir.
Okay. Solve this question. An open vessel contains 200 milligram of air. Contains 200 milligram of air at 17 degrees centigrade. What weight percent what weight percent of air would be expelled if the vessel is heated to if the vessel is heated to 117 degrees centigrade.
Sir, what is the density of air?
No, density not given. Okay. Suppose 200 milligrams of air at 17 degrees centigrade is equal to VML. Well, we will consider it as it is a VML. Okay. Now, at constant pressure, at constant pressure, volume of gas at 117 degrees centigrade is. We will calculate which law we have to apply now? At constant pressure.
Sir, Charles law.
So apply Charles law. Charles law formula is? What is Charles
V1
law?
by T1 is equal to V2 by
Very
T2.
good. V1 by T1 is equal to V2 by T2. So V1 is equal to, we consider now it is a VML, so V divided by T1. Convert 17 degrees centigrade into kelvins.
Sir, I have a doubt.
Yeah, tell me.
Sir, we don't need to convert, right? Because the ratio will be the same.
We have to convert. Although it gives almost same value only. 290 equal to V2 by, to convert this T to 117, 390. Then V2 is equal to volume of gas at is V2 is equal to, calculate this value, 390 by 290.
Sir, 39 V by 29.
So this comes 1.34 V. 1.34 V. See here point carefully. Initially volume of gas is
Sir?
V. Yes.
So what's written below, like V by, is that 290?
Yeah, 290. V by 290 is equal to V2 by 390. Converted this degree centigrades. 17 degrees centigrade and 17 degrees centigrade. 17 degrees centigrade. So here one open vessel contain 200 milligram of air at 17 degrees centigrade. That gas is heated up to 117 degrees centigrade. We no doubt gas get expanded, and that expanded gas, some amount of gas is expelled out. So how much gas is expelled out? You can tell easily now. Volume of gas at 170 degrees centigrade is V2 is equal to 1.34 V. So expelled gas is equal to 1.34 V minus V, 0.34 V, right? Okay, copy this one.
Sir,
Yes.
actually last class I couldn't attend fully. I just attended half of it.
Why?
So that's why I got a little confused. So I had an appointment with the doctor, so I had to leave.
Okay. You see in video, I gave remaining laws. Charles law after that.
Yes, I'll see that. Could you just explain that 390 and 290 part?
This is just we are changing this. Kelvin is equal to T degrees centigrade plus 273. We are converted into Kelvins.
Okay.
17 plus
We convert it
273.
to Kelvin.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
continuation, right? Answer volume of air expelled. Equal to this minus initial volume. 1.34 V minus V. So 0.34 V of volume of gas is expelled. So that is equal to how much mass and how much its percentage we have to calculate.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, here it will be 34% of volume, right?
34% of volume. No. $200 milligrams of air at 17 degrees centigrade is equal to V. Okay. Wait. Mass of 1.34 V air is equal to 200 milligrams. Mass of 0.34 V of air is equal to, calculate this X value.
Sir, how again 200 milligrams?
So this is only 1.34 volume of air mass is equal to 200. If you heat, the mass of gas not increases, no? Maybe volume expands, but mass of gas does not changes, right?
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Sir, but you wrote it contains 200 mg of air during 17 degrees Celsius.
Okay, you can write at 17 degrees centigrade. Even if that is at 17, okay, you can write at 17 degrees centigrade, or even at so whatever the temperature, volume of mass of gas does not changes. Volume only changes, mass does not changes. X is equal to 200 into 0.34 divided by 1.34. So this is a mass of gas expelled. $64.
Sir, is it 50.74?
How much mass?
50.74.
No, I think my mistake. Check once again. Okay, 50.74, right?
Yes, sir.
50.74 grams. How much percentage this is now? So weight percentage. Weight percentage of gas expelled is equal to 50.74 divided by 200 into 100. 25.378% of gas is expelled. Same kind of question. What volume of air will be expelled from a vessel containing containing 400 centimeter cube, 400 ml of gas at 7 degrees centigrade. When it is heated to 27 degrees centigrade at the same pressure. So this is very easy. You can apply directly Charles' law and can calculate how much volume at 27 degrees centigrade and subtract how much is extra volume that is only expelled out. Calculate this.
Sir, could you repeat what you said?
See, here already volume of air is given 400 centimeter, 400 ml volume of air. Temperature is 7 degrees centigrade. And when temperature changes to 27 degrees centigrade, volume of gas also changes, right? Volume of gas
Yes, sir.
changes, calculate how much that is. So you can
Okay, sir.
apply according to Charles' law. Calculate V2. V1 by T1 is equal to V2 by T2. Calculate here V2 is how much?
So is it 1542.85?
1.5?
42.
No. V2. No, it's wrong. First of all, convert the temperature into kelvins.
Yes.
Sir, is it 28.57
Hmm.
ml?
28.57. Okay, you can write 28.6. Correct. Final answer is 28.6. You have to get V2 value 428.6.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, then subtract. Volume of gas expelled is equal to 428.6 minus initial volume 400. T1, 7 degrees centigrade, that is 280. V2, T2, 27, 300. V2 you have to get 428.6 ml. Expelled air, volume of expelled air is called 428.6 minus 400 initial volume. 28.6 ml or okay, centimeter cube. Next problem. Temperature, don't substitute directly. Convert it into Kelvin, then substitute. Next problem. It is desired to increase of the volume of a gas by the volume of a gas by 20%, 20% without changing the pressure without changing the pressure. To what temperature? To what temperature the gas must be heated? The gas must be heated if the initial temperature of the gas is the gas is 27 degrees centigrade. Okay, see, here we have volume of gas is V, suppose. Its temperature we are maintaining 27 degrees centigrade. So we need to increase the volume of gas further 20%. So we need to increase the volume of gas further 20%. So this is extra 20%. So how much temperature is required to increase the volume of a gas to further 20%?
Sir,
Yes,
sir, is the answer 360?
360, wait. 360. Yeah, correct.
Yes. sir.
Correct, 360. So, right here, initial volume. Initial volume of gas is equal to, we'll take V1 is equal to V. Initial temperature. T1 is equal to 27 degrees centigrade. So this is equal to 300 Kelvin. Next, final volume. Final volume is, we need to increase further 20%, right? So we have to take, this is 1V. V1 is equal to 1V. We have to increase further 20%, means 1.20 V. So we need desired volume . 20%, no? That is 20 by 100, 0.2. So finally V2 is equal to 1 plus V plus 0.2 V. So V2 is equal to 1.0, sorry, 1.2. Apply formula. V1 by T1 is equal to V2 by T2. V by 300 is equal to V2 1.2 V divided by T2. Then from here calculate T2 value. T2 should come 360 Kelvin.
So what is V1?
V1 is we consider as a V, capital V.
Okay, so
There
then
V are equal to 1.2 V, then V cancelled.
oh okay,
Then
okay.
T2 is equal to 1.2 into 300. Okay, next problem. A gas cylinder containing cooking gas can withstand a pressure of can withstand a pressure of 14.9 atmospheres. 14.9 atmosphere. The pressure gauge of the cylinder indicates twelve atmosphere. At 27 degrees centigrade. At 27 degrees centigrade. Due to sudden fire in the building, the temperature starts,
Sir, is it 1.2 or 12?
this is 12.
Okay, sir.
12. The temperature starts rising at what temperature the cylinder will explode?
Sir,
Yes.
sir, so exactly at 15 atmosphere it will blast, no, sir?
It will blast at if it crosses the pressure more than 14.9, it will become blast. 14.9, it can
Sir,
withstand only 14.9 atmosphere pressure. If it is increases little bit more, 14.91, also it will become blast.
yes, sir.
So to get this much pressure in that cylinder, how much temperature is required? So which formula we have to apply?
Sir, P1 by T1 is equal to P2 by T2.
T1 by?
Sir, P1 by T1.
Yeah, which law that is?
Sir, Gay-Lussac law.
Gay-Lussac's law or Hampton law, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
here, actually at 27 degrees centigrade, cooking gas cylinder is at 27 degrees centigrade and its pressure is maintaining 12 atmosphere. So this capacity is, maximum capacity is only 14.9. So at what temperature it reaches 14.9? If you calculate that, that is only final answer. According to Gay-Lussac's law, V1 by, no, V1, right? P1 by T1 is equal to P2 by T2 at constant volume. Substitute here. The pressure gauge of the cylinder indicates 12 atmosphere. 12 atmosphere is initial pressure of a cylinder at 27 degrees centigrade. So 300 Kelvin equal to P2. If it reaches 14.9 atmosphere, then cylinder will become explode. So how much temperature is required to reach this much pressure? Calculate T2 now.
Is it 372.5?
Yes, sir.
Correct.
When I got the same
372.5.
answer.
So okay, here you will get T2 is equal to 372.5 Kelvin. Conclusion point. If temperature of cylinder reaches to 372.5 Kelvin, then it explodes. Then right subheading. Ideal gas equation. we are also calling combined gas law. Or equation of state. And these are very important for 2 marks, and mostly problems are asking based on ideal gas equation, and even the entire chapter is depending upon this ideal gas equation. And in some 12th class chapters and even in 11th class also some physical chemistry chapters are linked to ideal gas equation. Very important concept, very easy also. So we know according to Boyle's law, Boyle's law can explain the effect of pressure on volume of a gas at constant temperature, right? According to Boyle's law, V is inversely proportional to P at constant temperature. So Boyle's law gives the effect of pressure on volume of a gas at constant temperature. Then according to Charles law, the effect of temperature on volume of a gas at constant pressure.
Sir, directly proportional, no, sir.
Yeah, correct. Directly proportional. V is directly proportional to T. Correct. The effect of temperature on volume of a gas at constant temperature. But this one, this ideal gas equation, it gives the simultaneous effect of temperature and pressure on volume of a gas. It gives the, here we are deriving the effect of temperature and pressure, simultaneous effect of temperature and pressure on volume of a gas. That is only we are calling ideal gas equation. So first of all, write statement. The equation which gives simultaneous effect of temperature and pressure on volume of gas.
So shall we write it?
Yeah, right. This is the definition of ideal gas. It's called ideal gas equation. Okay, now derivation. So according to Boyle's law, V is inversely proportional to volume of a gas is inversely proportional to pressure at constant temperature. According to Charles' law, V is directly proportional to temperature at constant pressure. At constant pressure. Next, according to Avogadro's law. According to Avogadro's law, volume of a gas is directly proportional to number of moles of gas at constant temperature and pressure. So now V is directly proportional to combine this one. NT by R. Sorry, NT by P. So now V is equal to R N T by P. So now PV is equal to nRT. This is the ideal gas equation.
Sir, what is R here?
R is a gas constant. I will give you what is the values of R. Constant value it is. Now write all the terms. P equal to pressure of gas. V equal to volume of gas. N is equal to number of moles of gas. Temperature of a gas. R is equal to gas constant. So here writing all we have different values are 0.0821, liter, atmosphere, Kelvin inverse, mole inverse. R is equal to 0.083 liter, bar, Kelvin inverse, mole inverse. See guys, sometimes instead of liter, they're giving decimeter cube. 1 decimeter cube is equal to 1 liter. Okay, so sometimes writing instead of liter, decimeter cube also. R is equal to 8.314 joule, Kelvin inverse, mole inverse. R equal to approximately 2, this is 2 calorie, Kelvin inverse, mole inverse. So depending upon the given units of pressure, volume and volume, we are changing the R value also.
Sir? Sir? Sir, can you hear me?
Yes, tell me.
Sir, how many calories is one? How many joules is 1 calorie?
4.18. 4.18 joules is equal to 1 calorie. So this is not, this is actual approximately 2. Actual value will come 1.97 or 98 something, but mostly we are taking in sums, we are substituting value 2 in case of calories. Okay. Next, ideal gas equation, density. Ideal gas equation, small subheading only, ideal gas equation. In terms of density. In bracket, relation between density and molar mass. Molar mass of gas. Ideal gas equation is PV is equal to nRT. So here n is number of moles. Number of moles formula is what? Number of moles given mass by molar mass. Small m by capital M RT. Small m is given mass, capital M is molar mass. Move this side, capital M. P into capital M is equal to small m by V, RT. So instead of m by V, we may write D. D is equal to mass by volume. Density, Pm by RT. So from this, we may write D is directly proportional to capital M. Density of gas is directly proportional to,
So small m by capital M are molar masses, right?
yeah, small m is given mass, capital M is molar mass.
Molar, yeah.
Density of a gas is directly proportional to molar mass of gas. Okay, next. So right under node point, a gas which obey gas which follows or obeys. Ideal gas equation is called ideal gas. For 1 mole of ideal gas, so actual formula is PV is equal to nRT, right? For 1 mole of gas, we are writing PV is equal to RT. Initial volume of gas is V1 at temperature T1 and pressure P1. If pressure and temperature,
Sir,
yes,
so this equation is not applicable for all gases.
ideal gas is just ideal concept. It is actually gases do not follow this. It follows a real gas equation. I will tell you why it not follows. Later with concept will come, so I will explain. This is just one hypothetical concept because of neglecting the intermolecular interaction between the gaseous molecules and the repulsion between the gas molecule, volume of gas molecule. Those are neglected. That's what gases are follows this equation. But in real, it do not follows this. Some deviations are comes because in between gas molecules also some repulsions are there. When if you try to bring some gas molecule very closer, it's okay, you can bring some extent, but too closer is impossible, no? In between gas molecule also some repulsions are exist, no?
Yes, sir.
That is not considered here. That's what the given formula PV is equal to nRT. Actually, there exist some repulsions. By considering those all factors, we are going to be derive another equation. That's we are calling real gas equation. This is ideal gas equation. That is the real gas equation. There we are considering some factors. So initial volume of gas is V1 at temperature T1 and pressure P1. If temperature changes to T2 and pressure changes to P2, then volume changes to V2. So from this point, we are writing the formula. So because formula PV is equal to nRT. PV by T is equal to nR. So this is the constant value. PV by T is equal to constant. That's what we are writing. P1 V1 by T1 is equal to P2 V2 by T2. This one we are calling combined gas equation. Right, no problem. At 25 degrees centigrade, and 760 mm of HG pressure, the gas occupies 600 ml. Volume 600 volume. What will be its pressure? What will be its pressure? At a height at a height where temperature is where temperature is 10 degrees centigrade and volume of the gas is 640 ml. We have to calculate P2. Calculate how much P2? At 25 degrees centigrade and 760 mm of Hg pressure, a gas occupies 600 ml volume. So initial volume V1 is equal to 600 ml and initial pressure 760 mm of Hg. So you can write instead of 760 1 atmosphere, you can write temperature 25 degrees centigrade. So this is equal to 25 plus 273, 298 Kelvin. Next, final volume V2. What will be its pressure at a height where temperature is 10 degrees centigrade and volume of the gas is 640 ml. So volume of the gas is 640 ml. Temperature, final temperature it is T2 10 degrees centigrade equal to 283 Kelvin. Final pressure P2 we have to calculate. Then apply formula P1 V1 by T1 equal to P2 V2 by T2. P2 is equal to P1 V1 by T1 into T2 by V2. Substitute here. T1 298 to T2 283. V2 640. Calculate this. How much its value, Nagabhushanam?
Sir, I'm redoing it, sir. Actually, I took, say, degrees, say, what?
Directly, okay, no, convert in kelvins. Don't take directly degrees.
Yes, sir. I did mistake. Sir, 676 millimeters.
676.6 mm of Hg. Next question. 35 ml of oxygen were collected at 6 degrees centigrade and 658 mm of Hg. No, 758. mm of Hg. Calculate its volume at NTP. Oxygen volume given, temperature also given, pressure also given. That is initial conditions. So at NTP conditions, we know what is pressure, temperature, and volume we have to
Is
calculate
it
that.
STP or NTP?
NTP. Check, already I gave you, NTP conditions.
Sir, you didn't give me NTP.
Check, I gave. While explaining Avogadro's law, I gave check once.
Sir, I wrote both
Same
of
only.
them STP.
Yeah, standard temperature and pressure, normal temperature and pressure. Both are same. Both are same condition, STP and NTP.
Sir, NTP is 1 bar, right?
No. We are using 1 atmosphere only, not 1 bar.
Okay, sir.
1 atmosphere. So initial volume of gas. V1 is equal to 35 ml. Initial pressure. P1 is equal to 758 mmHg. Initial temperature. T1 is equal to 6 degrees centigrade. It is equal to 279 Kelvin. Next, at NTP, or that's one STP only same. At NTP, conditions, volume of at NTP conditions, that is final pressure P2 is equal to 760 mm of Hg. Final temperature T2 is equal to 273 Kelvin. So final volume we have to calculate. V2 is equal to P1 V1 by T1 into T2 by P2.
So what's TP conditions?
STP or NTP same. Pressure is
Sir,
760 mm of Hg. Temperature is 273 Kelvin. Substitute here. P1 758 into V1 35 divided by 279 into T2 273 divided by P2 760. So this is 34.16. Okay, next problem. The density of a gas is 3.80 gram per gram per liter at STP. Calculate its density at 27 degrees centigrade and 700 torr pressure. (700 torr), or we can write as 700 mm of Hg.
So that's 3.80.
3.80. 3.8. 8 or 80. Okay, see here relation. You know, density D is equal to Pm by RT, right? How do we derive this? Pm by RT. So density of same gas at two different temperatures and pressures is
So was that 700?
700 torr, TORR. Density of same gas at two different temperatures and pressures is D1 is equal to P1M by RT1. D2 is equal to P2M RT2. So M and R are constant. Now D1 by D2 is equal to, you can cancel P1 M by RT1 into RT2 by P2M. So here R and M are cancelled. D1 by D2 is equal to P1 by T1 into T2 by P2. We have to apply this formula to solve that question. So substituting D1 by D1 already given here. The density of a gas is 3.80. Divided by D2 we have to calculate. P1. initial pressure and temperatures that we
Sir.
get from STP conditions. STP means pressure is how much?
Sir, 760.
Pressure is equal to 760 mmHg or torr. Temperature 273 Kelvin. So P1 is equal to now 760 divided by T1 273 into T2 by P2. T2 is given 27 degrees centigrade. So that is 300 Kelvin divided by P2 700 torr. Now calculate how much it will give D2 value. .185 gram per liter. Sorry, here D1 by D2. Okay, so all of you prepare for tomorrow's KSET exam. Timing is 2:30 to 3:30.
So how many questions?
Yes, sir.
45 MCQ questions, 1 hour time.
Sir, we have our bio test also at the same time from 2:30 to 5:30.
2:30 to 5:30. Tomorrow
Yes,
holiday,
sir.
no? You don't have school no tomorrow, second Saturday,
No,
no?
sir, in Sapiens we have test.
Wow, it's okay. Okay, you don't have school no tomorrow.
No, sir.
Okay. Okay, then I will talk with sir. If possible, I will conduct a morning time only exam, 9 to 10. Is it okay, all of you?
10 to 11 is okay because we attended.
Yes, sir.
Okay. 10 to 11. Okay, I will share your time also in Google Classroom.
Okay.
Okay.
Chemical bonding, right?
Yes, chemical bonding. Okay. Everyone must attempt KSET paper.
Yes, sir.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.